What's up, everyone? I see there was a couple people waiting. I had it scheduled for a couple minutes, but just want to go ahead and get the stream started. Uh, I'm glad I did not go live during it. I thought about going live during the announcement, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. I was like, anything could happen. I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have been mad, but hey, he made a decision for himself. He made a decision for the future, I guess. He feels like Miami is a better future. So, oh, Blake. What's up, Alex? Alex Compton. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it sucks. This things. This things. I was in the High Top Sports live chat and just talk, or I just hearing them talk. They have Papa Stokes on, Gut Punch, Money Talks. Man, it does. Yeah, that's the new NIL stuff. It really does. You can't say that played in a factor because Miami has looked horrible this year, and they're still pulling. Look, this is their second 5-star recruit. I mean, it is what it is, and guess what? If the money got them, they outbidded Florida. That's what Miami did. They outbidded. And back in the day, it used to be like, oh, all you did was pay them money. Now it is, hey, you paid them the most, and that's the NIL way. It sucks, and I understand that's this new college football now, and I hate it. I don't want to hear every. Okay, I just want to make sure everything's sounding good. Got 23 people in the chat. What's up, everybody? I know it sucks. If you're a Florida Gator fan, this sucks. Even Alabama fans, I think Alabama fans thought they had a shot at Cormani. And, I really thought Cormani was like a lock. All the crystal balls, everything that was said. But there was a couple of days ago where I saw there was a video of him wearing Miami Hurricane gloves. I wasn't like too alarmed by it, but because I always say, high school recruits wear whatever college gives you. It doesn't matter if you're not even thinking about them. So, Florida boy, let's see. The whole commitment was weird. So the whole commitment thing got me because I was gonna watch it on Coach Hayes' YouTube channel. He was gonna post the announcement. And then I was watching High Top Sports. He was going crazy because 247 Sports dropped a video on while he was watching 247 Sports, but I guess they already had that video as like a pre Cormani McClain going to Florida video, and then they dropped it whenever they found out he was not going to Florida. So the whole commitment thing was weird. It was supposed to be at 6. I sit on my couch, I start to turn on the channel, and I'm already looking on Twitter, and I see that he's already committed to Miami, and I was like, is this like a troll, or like I didn't understand? So I was really confused. So but that's what Florida boy was saying. The whole commitment was weird. He committed before CBS aired it. His mom also thought it was Florida. 247 also had a reaction video to him committing to Florida. Very weird. So something happened at the end. Something happened right at the end. It looked like Florida was I think the crystal balls were probably correct all the way leading up till today. So something happened, and it sucks. But this is the new college football, guys. This is the NIL stuff. It sucks. I'm a Florida fan. I was wanting this guy. Trust me. How many videos did I talk about him? How many had a reaction video to his highlights? I had so much on this guy. I did a lot of watching his highlights. I was like, this dude is the next great corner, and I'm not gonna take that away from him just because he chose Miami. I'm not gonna say that he sucks. This dude's going to be a bona fide day one starter at the cornerback position. I hate it because he didn't choose Florida, but this dude's tape, every time I look at him, he just reminds me. He reminds me of a Jalen Ramsey kind of type corner that Jalen Ramsey was at Florida State. It sucks, but what's up? 60 people in the chat. I know y'all sick AF right now. It sucks, yeah. I see a lot of people. What a stupid choice! It's Miami, and the only thing I can think of, because Miami has been out there on, they pay these guys. They don't care. It's the new NIL way, and Miami has been very. I guess I don't know what I'm looking for the word, but it's just they're out there. They make it well known that they're bringing these guys in, and money is waiting for them. So it is what it is. It sucks. I hate to say it is what it is, but it sucks. Because I'm sitting there on my couch. My wife's sitting right at me. She goes, "Oh, he chose Florida because the 247 Sports video." I was like, man, it's not even 6 o'clock yet. And then all of a sudden, I'm seeing Miami on Twitter. I'm like, okay, something's going on. Twitter likes to play games. And then I'm watching High Top Sports, and then I got really confused. Probably for about 5 minutes, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I don't know if anybody else did. Let's see. I liked our chances of getting him. I did too, Pate. I did too, buddy. Miami paying legally. It is. I mean, and it's a Miami fan. I can't say they're not. I mean, now that's just the way it is. We can still flip them. You're absolutely right, Alex. That's why I'm like, it sucks. And, I hope Florida's flipped some other corners. Dijon Johnson, former Ohio State commit. It was long said as soon as he decommitted from Ohio State, Florida was going to be the next team to look out for on him. So, I'm not too worried about it. Maybe Florida, because like I said, this is a money thing. So maybe Florida can I don't know, up the ante, I guess, a little bit. So Miami is hot garbage. Miami is just, they're bad this year. It's first year head coach Mario Cristobal there. But, come on. It's out there. Miami fans know it. Was it John Ruiz is the main guy who does all that? So, it's well known. So, hey, they were the big bidders, I guess. That's FSU, not the U. Oh, man. I feel a decommit coming. Really? I don't know. Unless it's, I can't, I don't know who it would be at this point. He got the bag. Everyone knows, and here's the thing. Miami fans are in here saying the same thing. Remember probably like a year or two ago, if you said that, it was like disrespectful. Now it's like, if you pay for the best player, you pay top dollar. That's what you celebrate now. Miami's got the money. That's, we said, and we all knew when the NIL stuff was starting to become a thing, that the lower teams who weren't getting the top talent, but they got the money, like teams like Miami, for instance, who they haven't been very good. If you look at their ACC, since they've been in the ACC, it's not good, but they got the money. And, teams like Tennessee, Tennessee, they got a good following. They got a good booster. So, it's those lower level teams that have been winning at the mid, I guess, are now going to start creeping up. And, Florida, but here's the thing, Florida, the University of Florida has got some money. A lot of it to pass around, let's just say. And so Florida's not going to be out of the, I guess, bidding market right now. So, let's see, don't hate the NIL, just get in line. It is what it is. Let's see, I don't mind NIL, but it's not who can play a player more. So that's Alex Compton. It sucks. We got trolled, boys. Jeremy Carpenter. We did. I 100%. I was trolled for, probably for months. Y'all know how, if y'all watch my videos, how many times did I mention him? I was like, man, Cormani McClain. If we can get him, we're going to go up in the rankings. And unfortunately, since this happened, I don't know if anybody's looked at 247 Sports, the composite rankings, Miami has jumped Florida. Miami is now ranked 8th. Florida has went back down to 9th. So it is what it is. Let's see. Let the troll go. We still got Desmond Ricks left. That is true. He reclassified. His brother Eli Ricks plays at Alabama. He is a top corner, still a top corner rated in the 2023 class now that he is reclassified. And I believe he can reclassify because of his age. And I think it was probably one of those, held back or started school later. So, so I'm not out of, because man, if Florida could have got McClain and Desmond Ricks, that would have been badass. But remember Dijon Johnson, which I think they list him as a safety, but I thought he was more of a corner. Still got him. There's still plenty plenty of recruits left, and the recruits that the Florida Gators have got in the 2023 class. So let's look that up. I got to give myself, I'm just glad I did not go live during it. I probably would have. I would have been confused like probably everyone else. Rick's going to Bama, unfortunately. I can see that. What's up, Connor Aldridge? So, yeah, I mean, I can see that because his brother plays at Alabama. So that kind of makes sense. But if he doesn't want to follow in his brother's footsteps. So, that's another thing. But, man, Alabama's got 5 stars. Dang, I didn't even realize that. It's crazy because in the top 10 right now, in the team rankings, 2 teams do not have a 5-star player. It's LSU and Florida. That's the only 2 teams. So, Florida with 22 commits, 18 of them 4-star, which is, hey, to me, I mean, that is actually very impressive because a lot of them are high 4-star players. So, and again, it doesn't matter 5, 4-star, when you come in to play, what do you play like? Do you play like an elite player, or are you just that 5-star that was a 5-star in high school coming out and you don't really live up to the hype? So, there's been plenty of 3 and 4 stars that have came to the University of Florida that have become first-round picks or have done well at the University of Florida. So, don't be, just because there's not a lot of 5 stars that you see right now with the Florida Gators, don't be taken away like, oh, this class sucks. This 2023 class for the University of Florida is going to be great. And, I've seen a lot of comments. I don't know if it's on this channel. I really haven't seen it. But they're saying, what a whiff. It is a whiff, but I feel like the coaches we were in the running. The Florida Gators were in the running for the best defensive back, if not the best player in the 2023 class, all the way up to the end. And it's still not over. I mean, I say it's to the end. I mean, to his commitment. It's not the end yet until he signs. Okay, early National Signing Day it'll be December at some point. I can't remember the day. And that's when they can all sign, but it's not over yet. How can you compete with money bags? Let's see. Go Gators! Look out, Georgia! We are coming for you. Hey man, it's you know what? If we can't get a win today, let's get a win on Saturday, right? Oh man, it'd be awesome. Anyways, let's see. Sunbelt Billy. Can't wait until he's out of Gainesville. All this happens right before Georgia owns us. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm going to root for Florida all day. I'm going to root for Florida, but dang it, it's going to be it's. I respect the hell out of Georgia, and I respect what they've done over there the past couple years and what Kirby Smart has built. But man, I'm anxious for. I'm ready for Saturday. I'm hoping the Florida Gators are too, but I'm still kind of taken aback, man. I really thought I was. Man, you don't understand. So let me just I had a freaking picture. I had a picture ready that, I was having it already that Cormani McClain was coming to Florida. This is, I'm about to embarrass myself. I wasn't counting my chickens before they hatched. I didn't make a video yet, but I made a picture I'm ready for my thumbnail. I was going to go live after it. I was going to have everything, but, and then that's why I was sitting there right on my chair doing this, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And boom, that drops. I'm like, that sucks. That stings. Florida fans, of course, your first thought right now, you want to go, what is it? We suck as recruiting, even though we're top 10 right now. So I do want to let everyone know we are number 9 in recruiting for the 2023 class, and it's not over yet. I feel like the Florida Gators are going after some big fish. Desmond Ricks is one of them, 5-star corner. He's another corner. So, I don't know. It sucks. Okay. Did you see, Blake, that Miami's DB coach trolled us? I did not see that. But it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't shock me because, Miami and Florida, especially with Cormani, and then there's been, oh my goodness, the freaking quarterback, Jaden Rashada, Miami trolled Florida after the Jaden Rashada. Whenever I thought Jaden Rashada was coming to Florida, he chose Miami. So, Francis Maligo, I think that's their other 5-star recruit that Miami got. He's a big time player. I really like what I saw from him. He chose Miami. That was the one guy that I didn't think Florida was like really in the running for, but Rashada and then McClain, I really thought for the longest time that was I had the best feeling about. Was Cormani McClain. And I know a lot of Florida fans are going to be upset. It sucks. Let's see. Fire Napier blocked me, bro. I don't block. I mean, I'm. This is what. Let me go from being mad, I guess. Not mad, but just like, oh, this sucks. I'm not gonna say. We all disagree. I don't. I disagree with, Fire Napier. And it could be just like, whatever, just to kind of like, oh, this sucks, fire everyone. I've done that as a joke or something. But, at the end of it, we all have different takes and different opinions. Just because I don't agree with you, I'm not going to go, I don't agree with you, so I'm going to block you. No, I'm not going to do that. I understand, it sucks right now that just lost out on Cormani McClain. This could have really got some buzz for the Florida Gators, some good buzz. Now it seems like it's reversed because Florida got trolled. It was all the way leading up that Florida was going to be the team. Miami was the team that swooped in. Who knows how much he's getting paid? I don't know. But, Miami swoops in, steals them right from the Florida Gators, but listen, I'm happy for Cormani McClain if that's what his best decision is. I think he's a hell of a player, regardless of where he went. But I just know how much I've watched, how much I've really, because I watched so much because I really thought he was a Florida lock. And I watched so much of his tape, just how he moves, the way he tackles, the way he gets off receivers, the way press coverage, the way he covers. I really think he's a complete corner and a shutdown corner that you can just leave him on an island, you'll be fine. He's not a a zone coverage. He's not a slot guy. He is a true corner. And now I'm talking like now everyone's like, we missed out on this guy. It pisses them off anymore. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to, hey, congrats to the kid. Congrats to Cormani. Did what's best for him and his family. Who knows how much Miami paid for him. Number 1 player in the 2023 class. So, let's see. I have no problem with who picked, but don't be an clown and disrespect us. Kids have no class. Very immature. Next, please. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You always hate the guys who like pick up the hats and they put them on and they throw it. Listen, I don't even know how his commitment went down because I never really got to see it. 6 o'clock, I'm sitting down and I have no idea. All I see is Miami gets Cormani McClain, saw Hayes Fawcett, his Twitter. The 247 Sports video pops up and says that the Florida Gators land Cormani McClain, and then that disappears as I'm watching High Top Sports YouTube. So I was so confused. Let's see. Cormani took a picture pointing at someone's shirt that said Gator hater smiling, etc. Huh. Let's see. Not surprised. Cormani McClain transferred from Lake Gibson to Lakeland. He did. Big time crosstown rivals. This guy is talented, but not a team player. Okay. Yeah, he did switch because Lakeland is like a stacked team in the state of Florida. They already have, oh goodness. Who do they have? I mean, they have a stacked team. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but they got, I'm pretty sure they're like the number 1 team in the state in their division. So, I mean, he wasn't going to some slack team. He was going to the best team. And let's see. I'm going to see if I get. I'm trying to go back into some more comments. These comments are just firing on all cylinders. Let's see. These comments are going out. These comments are just coming rapid fire right now, and I can see And I probably would have been like pissed off if I made a live video as soon as the announcement happened. I would not even. I would not even been able to see it because I didn't even know. It looked like whenever I saw somewhat of a commitment, he was just putting the Miami hat on. And I was like, is this like a troll job? Or they just, because it looked like a fuzzy video. So the whole thing is weird. Let's see. Wonder if he'll be smoking weed in the locker room like the A&M kids. Man, Texas A&M, you want to talk about a dumpster fire right now, is Texas A&M. Texas A&M's got some problems, okay? Florida could be in a worse spot. It could be like Texas A&M. So it could always be worse, okay? Because Texas A&M, whatever's going on over there with Jimbo Fisher, I don't know how long he's going to be the head coach. I don't know how big his buyout is. Actually, I think they just extended him. So I don't know what's going on there. But Texas A&M, you want to talk about bad. Texas A&M is bad right now. Let's see. We don't want Cormani. We don't want losers. Andrew. Oh, man. Let's see. That was a must-have for Billy. Can't flip the script now. It could always be worse. It's not the best place to be. And that's true. I'm trying. I'm trying to get. I'm trying. Let's see. Bunch of laughing faces. That's fine. Nobody has signed yet. Hopefully, UF keeps recruiting Cormani. You know what? Florida didn't stop recruiting. Oh goodness gracious, who was it? Even Billy Napier said he wasn't going to stop recruiting. Roger Kearney. Remember, he chose FSU, and Billy Napier said it wasn't over. He was going to keep going after him, and he was able to flip Roger Kearney. So, I mean, crazier things have happened throughout the recruiting process right now. So. Let's see, 98 mil is Jimbo's buyout. You know, he's staying there for a little bit. What's up, North Florida white trash? Desmond Rick's crystal ball to UF by Luke. That gave me a good laugh. You almost got me, though. I almost said it. That was awesome. I needed a good laugh Thursday night after some bad news, and it could be worse Saturday. We'll see. But North Florida white trash. That was pretty good. Yeah. Golly. Oh, man. I'll see. We are not that good right now, but now they act like they didn't want him. I don't know. I still want I want anybody on the defensive side that can help what Florida has on defense right now. It can't be worse. Whatever's bringing in on defense can't be worse. So let's see. Cormani still didn't update his Instagram, which is definitely weird. Looking at Instagram, what? It's like he really didn't want to commit to the Canes. What is going on? Let's see. Kind of loopy. I want a full apology letter for this, and a promise that Napier will never fail like this again. If he didn't want to, he didn't have to. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't even have. I'm filming right off my phone because I was doing everything on my phone trying to get the live set. I really wanted to tune in, or I really wanted to get this live going, see what people thought. I knew Miami fans were going to come in here. Hey, they should be pumped. They got the best defensive player in the 2023 class. In my opinion, they got the best player. I know Arch Manning is the best player rated in the 2023 class, man. And I really like some of the better players in the class, but Cormani McClain was, to me, the best. Just skill level, the way he plays. I mean, he's a shutdown corner. So, and they should be excited. I know they're going to come out the woodwork. So, let's see. I think Miami will be a force in a couple years if they keep this going. NIL has been. That's one of the positives for Miami. It should be a positive for Florida. Listen, Florida top 10 in recruiting right now. That's not bad. But, I really I said at the beginning of the year, if Florida finished 13-15, I'd be okay with it, especially with the first year head coach. They're number 9 right now. And if they can keep that or bump up more, man, I'd be ecstatic. So, let's see. Napier isn't doing crap, bro. Mullen recruited a top 7 class. I think he did recruit a top 7 class at, what was it, his second or third year? but I think that was the most. I don't know. I know this Pat that his last year he wasn't recruiting much. I don't know what he was. I don't know what was going on there. I think he just wanted out. Um, let's see. Only sensible Florida fans agree with you, but kind of Loopy and Timber are not one of them. What's up? Oh, what's up, Matthew Walker? Let's see. Oh man. Let's see. Napier is doing a solid job at recruiting. You need to chill out. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know. I don't know if you're talking to me or people in the comments. People in the comments. There's people, and I feel like there's some people that say they're like maybe Florida fans, but like they root for another team. I don't know. It could be. Social media gets crazy at times too. You got a different name and a different username. You got about 10 different YouTube handles. So. It sucks right now, but like I said, Florida's got a top 10 class right now, and it could get better. There's still some big fish that the Florida Gators are going after. Let's see. Hey, Blake, we got to keep our heads up. We still got a good future. I think so. I think it's been a rough patch. There's been good things this year, and there's been bad things, and today is one of those, bad things, but it happens. Recruiting, this is how, man, I've been following recruiting. Man, I've been following recruiting for so long. This one stings. This one sucks. This is probably one of the worst, backfires for me because I really thought that he was a lock. And it was like, but man, recruiting can be brutal. And then all of a sudden in a couple months, we could be sitting here and frustrated. And in a couple months, he flips, doesn't even go to Miami. Something happens and he goes to Alabama or goes to Florida, ends up coming to Florida. So, recruiting, man, is cutthroat, first off. Recruiting is cutthroat, and there's some always stuff going that you don't even know about. So, recruiting, and it can be hectic. It can be challenging, especially for the recruit. So, I've heard some recruiting stories that, it seems like recruiting should be fun. It should be this, man, this team wants you, but man, a lot of bad stuff can happen in recruiting, especially like for teams, and some of the recruits just. That's why they don't either show up to a school is because they were either treated or how they were treated during their, the recruitment process of that team. So, a lot of things can change, especially from now till signing day. Let's see. Eddie Sewell, what's up, buddy? Not the greatest of days, but, sometimes we got to find positives where, I guess a negative happened. So let's see, Ray's Gator fan here, but Miami alum now. Let's see, stoked we got him. But remember, we had a number one recruiting class under Randy Shannon. Those years did not pan out too well. Anyway, good luck this week. Hey, appreciate it, JR. Let's see, Dem Kings. We had Cormani going to UF down here, Bama second. So this was a crazy surprise to us. Dem Kings, I mean, yeah, it was. I'm glad there's actually a Miami Hurricane fan that is actually coming in here talking like, hey, we didn't even know we were going to get them. So, and they're, it's a different rival, to Florida that can actually come in here and actually talk some sense like, hey, man, y'all are doing good. Outsiders see that Billy Napier has done some good things. Recruiting has been one of them. Man, if Cormani would have came to Florida, you talk about a different vibe right now with all the Florida Gator fans, and Twitter would have blown up, Instagram would have been all over the place. So, it sucks. It's a loss right now, but man, there's so many more recruits that the Florida Gators can either flip, or just go after. Desmond Ricks is a top corner in the class, and if we can land him, that would be great. That would be great. I would love it. So if you look at the class, let's see, defensive wise, like I said, Dijon Johnson, he's a safety, but he's the 97th ranked player in the country. So Florida's 2023 class looks pretty good. And remember, there's also another corner the Florida Gators did get Jakeem Jackson out of Kissimmee. I think I'm saying that right. I got in trouble for saying that wrong. I think it's Kissimmee, Florida. 6'1", 80 pounds, nationally ranked 143. So, there are some other corners that the Florida Gators have gotten in the 23 class. So it's not like, it's definitely like, it's been like, wow, it's terrible. We don't have any corners. And then also Sharif Denson, another 4-star corner, 230th ranked. Another top 300 player in the 2023 class. That's a corner. So, I'm not really worried right now. Would I have loved Cormani? Absolutely. He would have been the best. There would have been no competition for his spot. And he would have been day one starter. He would have started right away. So, but man, me looking at the 23 class, man, just I like what we got at corner. Would I want the best that I've seen from Cormani? Absolutely. But I like Sharif Denson. I like Jakeem Jackson. Dijon Johnson listed as a safety. He'll probably be like a star, like at nickel corner. But I like him. Jordan Castell. That's a safety. But the defensive backs in the 2023 class is not bad, man. I really like what we got. So I think a lot of people need to be like, well, we do got some good players. Like, I don't think a lot of people have looked at the 23 class going, hey, man, we do actually have some good corners. Like, I do want people to look at that. Just go and look. If you need to look for yourself, man, the defensive side does not look bad at all. And especially at the cornerback position. Is it the number one player in the country? No. But it is some pretty good talent. So, top 300 players in the country. And how many corners are there? So, I'm not going to count Dijon Johnson. There's Jakeem Jackson. So, that's one. You got Sharif Denson. That's two. So, there's two in the top 300 that's listed as a corner. So, Bryce Thornton, they say he's a safety. He's a 3-star. But, there multiple safeties and that I believe one could actually probably play corner, Dijon Johnson out of Tampa, Florida. So, man, we still got talent. Florida's got talent in the 2023 class. So I wouldn't be, yes, it sucks, but I wouldn't be like just going, hey, fire this guy, fire that guy. I'm not. If people want to, they're a fan. They can react. They can have their emotions however they want. But me, I'm like, it sucks. It stings. But, man, there's still other talent that the Florida Gators can get. And always remember this, the transfer portal is huge. It's huge right now. So the transfer portal is like a secondary recruiting like out of high school. These guys can enter the transfer portal after year one, after they get their money and they redshirt or whatever happens. So, they can come right in. So the transfer portal is huge as well. So do not forget that. Billy Napier has shown that the transfer portal that he did last year, he did great. First year head coach coming right in and what he was able to get. So, I was actually really surprised. That kind of was one of the things because I wasn't sold on him. A lot of people know that. I wasn't sold on Billy Napier as soon as we got him because I had no idea who he was. So, but I saw what he was doing in recruiting and in the transfer portal. I was like, man, this dude, he's getting some good players. And, if your former players like Osiris Torrance, who is a first-round projected offensive lineman who is doing freaking tremendous. He is excellent right now. If he was able to follow him from Louisiana to the University of Florida, everyone knew Osiris Torrance was actually great, even at Louisiana with Billy Napier. But he followed his head coach. Montreal Johnson, 4-star running back. He could have went to a lot of places. Chose Florida too. So, those players, that showed me like, okay, those players, that means he's a player-driven coach. So, so the players love him. So that was kind of the things that was like, okay, that kind of sold me a little more. So, I get frustrated during the games like everyone else. Man, it sucks. Like, I'm like, man, this is frustrating. But also, I have to keep in mind, like, okay, he's still trying to work out the kinks. A lot of this stuff, year one, if I see this in year two, like, or if it's worse or if it's not getting fixed, then okay, maybe some people need to start asking questions. But man, at this point in time, man, I'm not freaking out. I think the recruiting is good. I wouldn't say elite, elite with the big guys like Alabama, Clemson, all those guys, but I would say good to really good, because I think the Florida Gators have gotten a lot of good talent, really good. There's no 5-star players they've gotten, but a lot of really good talent that Billy Napier sees a lot of potential in. So, Corey Raymond was probably really going after Cormani McClain, but it just didn't happen. sometimes money talks. And you can talk all day. You can try to sell all these kids, but you got to remember these guys 17, 18 years old, man. Once you start putting numbers in front of them, man, it changes things. That's just the way the world is, what world we live in. So money talks louder. Let's just say. Let's see. I 100% think this is the nail in Napier's coffin. Really? I don't know. I don't know about that, but let's see. Everything will be fine if we get Mr. Desmond Ricks. It'll be fine. Yes, sir. Eddie Sewell. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I think so too. Something doesn't seem right still. Eli Sutton. The whole recruiting thing was kind of weird, and Cormani's whole recruiting thing today. I found out it was going to be 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. It didn't even happen then, so it was definitely weird. Let's see. Miami? Why the hell? Molly God official. Yep, we have no idea. Even Miami fans were shocked. I found out. Let's see. Ricks is likely going to Alabama or LSU. Maybe, but we'll see. Everyone thought Cormani was going to Florida. So, listen, we could throw out those predictions and crystal balls, I think, now. Because, I mean, who had Cormani going to Miami? Even Miami fans didn't even have him going. I would have thought if it wasn't Florida, it'd be Alabama, to be honest with you. But Miami? I mean, my goodness, what did they... that check must be big. It had some zeros. It had some zeros to the end of it. See, one of my friend's sister told me we kind of close, but not close. I don't know. Let's see, I'm trying to catch up to the comments earlier. Florida never gets these types of recruits. We should know better. Danny Jackson, it's been a minute since Florida has landed like a top player in any class, And when we do, it just doesn't pan out, if you've ever noticed that. So, especially in the past, I could say 10 years. So, hopefully we can flip some 5-star, but who knows? No more scare money, don't make money. It's up, Andrew. Let's see. We had Cormani going to UF down here. And, that was from them Canes earlier. So I'm trying to go back into the comments. I went back a little far. I think, let's see, $4 million took him away from us. Is that $4 million? So this is my question about that. So what are the NIL stipulations? Is this, I don't think there's anything where, okay, he gets $4 million. Is that 1 year? Is that 4 years? Is that 3 years? I'm so confused, of what that means. And what do you have to do? Do you have to do marketing? I mean, I guess social media. You'll have a big following since you're the top player. So, no kid is worth millions, man. I mean that. Holy cow. Okay, so that's first I'm hearing of it. If that is true, you know what? Holy shit! How about that? Wow. Man, $4 million. I mean, okay. That's mind-boggling. Wow. I don't know how they finna manage it, though. I don't know that information. Yeah, I don't know. Stop it. Y'all just like Texas. Let's see. Shock McClain went to Miami from a Noel fan. Miami shocked, Florida shocked, FSU shocked, everyone shocked. He did a great job of hiding where he wanted to go, or someone said, "Here's a blank check." I don't know. Oh my goodness. Let's see. But Miami does pay $1 million for Middle Tennessee to get Matthew. Let's see. Wish they had to disclose these NIL deal numbers. I'm just more curious. Hey, it is what it is. Now they pay them, whatever. But I'm more curious because it's okay, because now I want to know, okay, what's Florida's reasoning while not matching that, or if it was just so late. Maybe that's why he committed in October, so teams can outbid now more. And it could be a strategic move by Cormani McClain. National signing day ain't until December, so he chooses now. So now schools will find out that number, like Florida, Alabama, and then they'll come back to the table going, hey, they offered you 4, will 4.5 work? We'll give you 4.25, and then you get this. Like, I don't know. I want to know, like, why Florida is not going to, outbid them. I don't know. There needs to be like something where where it could be out there so you can go back to your team or your I guess whoever administration, whoever does the Gator Collective. Hey, why didn't you match it? What was the reasoning? Is there not the money not there? What is it? So I would like to know that. So that's just me. Let's see. Why does it always come down to NIL when Miami gets a commit? It is what it is. I mean, even Miami. I mean, Miami. I don't know if you're saying like that's why you got them, but it seems like it's what everyone else is thinking why you got them. So let's see. Who cares what he got paid? Why do we need to talk about NIL deals when it comes to Miami? No, so I think that maybe don't need to single out one school. It doesn't matter if it's Miami, Alabama, even Florida. Why can't we make it public so other schools can see what they bid so they can outbid them, or so the fan base can ask questions of why your team didn't outbid that player? I mean, is there a money issue? Something. So, that's what it is. Now, if NIL deals, like if you're just getting sponsored by like the Florida Gators getting sponsored by Sonny's or something like that, that's probably just to me, it's probably you eat here for free or something. I don't know. It's just when you're coming in from a high school recruit, though, I mean, there's a collective that they're going to get. I mean, you've heard what Tennessee's given that Nico. I can't think of his last name, but they're saying $8 million. I don't know if that's true. I mean, Jaden Rashada, the numbers were out there. Like Florida offered him $11 million, and there was nothing even like true about that. So it's like, so there was always like speculation. But why can't we go? I mean, if they're getting paid this much, why can't it be made public so other schools can see, what that going rate is, what that going number is? I mean, you see all these. What is it? The websites, they'll put an NIL estimate for a lot of these guys. So, I mean, that estimate seems like it's way off because they're like a couple 100,000, but you're talking, it's like some of them are getting millions. So I would like to see it public and let them get paid. Who cares? Like, I think a lot of people, once you start hearing that, they go, oh my God, they get paid. You have a problem with it. I have no problem with them getting paid. They're getting paid because they're very talented. I mean, they're probably going to get even richer whenever they get to college and then possibly the NFL. We all know the top guys are getting paid. The 4-star, the 3-star, they're not getting much. They're not getting what these 5-star players are getting. So, but I would like to see what they're getting paid so other schools can either match it. I'm not saying put a cap on it. Whatever, if a school just wants to pay, just outbid everyone by millions, let them outbid, But I don't know. This whole NIL stuff is just, what do they talk about? Regulations, putting it regulated. If they want to regulate it, whatever. The guys are getting paid. They probably should have gotten paid years ago. I have no problem with that. So it is what it is. Do I think there could be problems, still later on? I've always thought like people will start getting jealous, like backups that are outperforming the starters who are getting NIL. Would that cause a conflict? Would that have a chemistry issue within the locker room? I've always thought about that. Haven't really heard that too much. I mean, NIL is still kind of fresh and new. So, but I've always wondered if that's going to, eat a locker room alive. Like, hey, man, this guy's getting NIL money out the wazoo, and he's not even performing. So let's see. Coming from the dude with Kane in his name. Let's see. Miami is Texas A&M 2.0. Let's see. NIL is ruining college football. I don't think it's ruined it, let's say, yet, but it's making teams that hasn't been playing well kind of get up there with the top dogs like Alabama, or especially in the recruiting process. So let's see. I'm not even talking about Miami in a positive light. I hate just people assume someone commits due to NIL. Listen, so even Miami fans have came on here and said that it was NIL. But I mean, is it assuming or is it truthful? I mean, the signs are there. I think Mario Cristobal can actually recruit. I really do. I really think Mario Cristobal is a great recruiter. But his team has played terrible this year, like bad. Like Florida is 4-3, but they're 3 losses. Kentucky, who was ranked. You got Tennessee, the number 1 team, or not the number 1 team, but the number 3 team in the country. They just beat Alabama. Florida lost by 5 to them. So, and then Florida loses to a surging LSU team that is now ranked, that has been playing really good football. Those are the 3 losses. Miami has lost to Middle Tennessee State. They just got skull dragged by Duke. You tell me what's the reasoning Miami got the number 1 player, or just about the number 1 player of the country. I mean, it ain't about performance, because the performance on the field for Miami, who has a possible number 1 or first round pick, Tyler Van Dyke at the quarterback position. If you can explain to me how Miami got him with all that, what's going on with Miami right now, man, if you can explain to me how, because I can't assume it's because of the play on the field that got Cormani. I can't assume that. So what is it? What is the common denominator? You know, we always talk. You know, you always learn that in math school. Okay, in math, whenever you're in school, you know, what's the common denominator? Miami has landed big time players. They're getting in the top 10, and they're playing like dog mess right now. So, I mean, you tell me. I mean, I can speculate. I can assume that it's that, because that makes more sense. And why do you take offense to it though? If you got him because of NIL, listen, your play on the field has been bad, but NIL is keeping you in the game with big time recruits now. So it is what it is. You're getting players because of NIL, and it's legal now. So I don't see why you'd be upset about it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, you got them, however you got them. It is what it is. See, do you truly want a player if the only reason they commit is because of the money and not because they actually want to play for you? Think about it. I mean, you make a great point. You make a great point, Crazy Anime Gamer, and you usually do. You usually come in with some great comments and some great takes. So you're absolutely right. You know, I mean, you know, a lot of these guys, and you know, is it about the money now, or is it about the future money? That future money is going to be way more than the NIL stuff, because the NIL stuff is not guaranteed. So, you know, a lot of that stuff is like really shady stuff, like with the NIL. So, you know, they say this is your number, but do you really get it? You know, we have no idea. But, you know, is that guy coming to your university to get better, you know, so he can go to the NFL, so he can get that big time money, or is he going there now for that quick money? And that could hurt him. You know, I mean, this NIL stuff is really shaky, because you don't know what's good. You know, you see all these dollar symbols. You know, if you're a big time recruit, you see all these dollar symbols now, and it's like, man, you know, I can have that now, but you know, what about your future? So was this the best place for you to go to really work on your craft, to work on your skills? And you know, I don't know. This NIL stuff is kind of a gamble as well. The recruits are gambling. You know, they're hoping, you know, they can get the quick money now, and then the future money when they enter the NFL, or if they possibility, you know, it's a possibility that they can go to the NFL. So it's definitely weird. I don't know. If you have a kid as a recruit, you know, you got to take all those things into consideration. Recruiting is just different nowadays. See, y'all boys hurt. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. I think I need to start making shirts. It is what it is. I have said that for so long, for most of my life. It is what it is. I say that about life. I'll be at work. I'll be doing something. It is what it is. No, because it ain't over yet. That is true. Let's see. What's the deal with this Miami NIL lawyer that hates UF? But again, some Miami fans don't want to talk NIL, even though they have the people that have came out and said that they have celebrated getting players because of NIL. So I don't get it. I don't get why Miami people. Let's see. I was excited to watch the 247 Sports stream. That was definitely weird. That was definitely weird. They took it down. They took it down. I am so 247 Sports has got it like so for them doing that. That's got to come back like y'all totally messed up because you. I'm not gonna say that was a troll job, but does anybody think that might have just been a mistake or were they trolling Florida? I don't know. The whole thing this whole night did not go according to plan for me. It did not go according to plan. Let's see. He didn't want to lose to the Dogs. Oh, Sergeant Stetson Bennett. Oh, come on. Stetson Bennett's still y'all starting quarterback. See, Miami would be more talented than UF when we next meet, because this staff cannot recruit top 100 or 5 stars. Let's see. Miami. Oh, well, that I was reading it and it got retracted. It was like the 247 Sports. I don't know what happened to it. It got taken down. I don't know what happened. I don't know if YouTube did it. YouTube will like some of y'all's comments I can't see because YouTube will block them out. I will try to see if I can undo them or something, but a lot of times YouTube takes them out for some reason. Not sure why. Let's see. Thank you for the show, bud. Appreciate it, Brian Carter. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for tuning in. It sucks. I'm trying to, I'll say it. It sucks that we lost Cormani, but it's not the end of the world. It is not time to fire, the recruiters or Billy Napier or Corey Raymond. Nobody like that. You could be pissed off. You could be mad about how the situation happened. There's probably a lot more that I'm going to go see on social media that I haven't even found out yet. I heard there's something on Instagram that I'm going to have to go look at. So, I wore my shirt and everything, guys. I wore my Florida shirt and everything. Try to give us some good luck. This is bad luck now. Give us bad luck. Not today. Let's see. At this point, just cross out all the 5 stars on the prospects list and hope for some high 4-star recruits. That seems like what Florida is getting. But like I said, I have seen 3 4-star players become first-round talent every single year. So, there's nothing wrong with getting a lot of 4-star players. And like I said, 22 commits right now, 18 of them 4-star. A lot of them high 4-star players. So, what about Desmond Ricks? We were talking about him earlier. Of course, he reclassified to the 2023 class. Someone said he was crystal ball to Florida Gators, but so was Cormani McClain. So I'm not going to put too much stock into that right now. Let's see. Jordan Davis was a 3-star. He was. Heck, if you look in the past, Khalil Mack, who's a stud defensive end, plays for the Chargers, I believe, right now. And, he was, I don't even think he was a 3-star. I think he was like a 2-star. Went to Buffalo. Josh Allen. Josh Allen, the best quarterback right now, in my opinion. The best quarterback in the NFL. I don't even think he was like a 2-3-star or something like that. Y'all remember Kyle Trask? Kyle Trask was a 2-star quarterback. That dude was lighting it up at the University of Florida. So just because they're a 5-star does not mean they turn out to be that 5-star player. It happens all the time. So, I'm okay with some 4-star, even some 3-star talent, because man, they have really been able to show that they can put in the work because they're actually harder workers. Someone just said, crazy anime gamer Josh Jacobs, dude. Once I saw Josh Jacobs at the University of Alabama, I was like, this dude is a stud. He is something special. He's just one of those. He was one of those, of course, the Alabama trio of running backs, or how many years they've had good running backs. But that guy, man, I saw him run. He's just a tough runner. And look what he's doing with the Las Vegas Raiders right now. Josh Jacobs is a freaking monster right now. A lot of people didn't believe it. I play fantasy football. There was people who had Josh Jacobs like, I don't like the guy. I was like, I'll keep him. But I was like, man, this dude's a stud. Like fantasy, real life, it don't matter. This guy, he gets nicked at times, especially in the NFL. But they all do. But man, this guy, he's tough. Even when he's hurt, he's still out there running. That's what, it just shows you that, he was a 2-star player, but he works hard. He was always a hard worker, especially at the University of Alabama. Nick Saban even vouched for him. So let's see. Miami put up the bag last minute, I guess. It is what it is. But Ricks is Bama from Jeffrey Daughtry. Possibly, of course, his brother plays at Alabama, so it wouldn't shock me. And I'm not going to believe unless did. Oh, goodness gracious, who's the guy that always said? I mean, he's always right. I don't know if he had Cormani to the University of Florida. I think he did. Can't remember his name. Let's see. Nick Saban said he'd rather have 2 or 3 star that practices like they're 5-star than 5-star that practices like they're 2 or 3-star, because you practice how you play. That's the reason. Nick Saban loves it whenever you show out in practice, because what you do in practice always equivalates to the game. So why some players, especially at the beginning, maybe the lights are a little bright at the beginning. So once they step on that field. Once those nerves go away, they just go back to what they did in practice. So, it was all, and I know it's like cliche. You practice how you practice is how you're going to play on the field. It's true though. It's a true statement. See, nobody will be able to compete against John Ruiz. That's the guy. Let's see. Bunch of crying bitches in the chat. I don't think it, I mean, is it bad? I mean, maybe years ago before NIL was a thing, but is it bad to say that a team outbid another team? They just have more money. I mean, I don't know if it's disrespectful, like we can't recruit. Well, I mean, it's hard to recruit right now for Miami because they've been playing so bad. So, I mean, so they're using the other tool they got, money. And I don't know. Maybe some people are like, well, we got Cormani, so F y'all Gators. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's like when you win, like when Florida wins over Miami, like they did last time. I was really excited, but I really thought it was just another game we won. But, and I really did. I really thought Florida was going to win that game anyway. So, let's see. Man just threw away his career for a quick buck. Muddy Waters. If I were Napier, I'd just call him and be like, how much they give you? Okay, here's an extra $3 million. Let's go. NIL saving Miami. I think NIL has saved a lot of schools. But I think it's hurt some schools. Like, FSU, they're a team that I don't feel like they could really. NIL is going to hurt. Like I know it's going to hurt FSU. It's going to hurt like those smaller schools. Like they've already said it. Like Mississippi State. Mississippi State. They're not going to do well. I don't know if Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin seems to recruit always very well. But like Arkansas, like, I mean, a lot of these, especially in the SEC, a lot of the smaller schools, like they're going to like be, I guess, down in the rankings if you're going to see it every year because they just don't have the money. I mean, they don't have that stigma. If Alabama, I mean, they're the top tier now. You can start to see that this NIL stuff is starting to catch up, where people are starting to catch them. But, Alabama's got this prestigious thing still. So, players are still going to go to that school. But, Mississippi State, Arkansas, I mean, they're going to be left in the weeds. So, any word on Russaw? I haven't heard anything. See, the number 1 pick in the draft was struggling to secure a starting spot the year before. A lot can happen in short or long amounts of time. Let's see, the number 1 pick was... you're not talking Joe Burrow. Are you talking about this past year's draft? Let's see. Joe Burrow was a 4-star, I believe. So all Crystal Ball has to do is go to Ruiz and say, I want this kid. And Ruiz will make sure it happens. And maybe that's why Mario Cristobal chose, I mean, probably one of the, reasons why he chose Miami, because, man, if all else fails, they got the money to back it. And they're, again, I don't see a problem with it now. I mean, it's all legal. So let's see. You sound mad, man. Y'all got 15 times the amount of money of Miami. SEC teams have less money. You lost, bro. No. I'm not saying all SEC teams. So let me I mentioned Mississippi State. Listen, state of Mississippi is not a lucrative state, let's just say. Arkansas, do they really have the money? Do they have the funding to get top talent? No. But does Tennessee? Yes. Florida? Yes. LSU? Yes. Let me try. I mean, Kentucky? I don't know. That would be a question mark. But not every single SEC team is going to be able to flourish in the NIL era, let's just say. So I'm not do I sound mad? Like yeah, people always like, you sound mad, bro, or whatever that thing is. Now it's like I we lost on Cormani McClain. It sucks, but um, it is what it is. Again, I'm gonna make shirts of that. I love that saying. Rick's is probably Bama. See, money is the reason why Cristobal went to Miami. He grew up, played, and coached in Miami. Let's see. I appreciate you responding. Miami is a private school, and that's and no problem, Quentin Peterson. You know, I like to like again. It's one of those things where it's like you have a different opinion, I have a different opinion. That's cool. That's why I love this show. I wish I had somebody on here to like rebuttal me or refute me or whatever. So because I love talking back and forth. Because sometimes, man, I might say some things and I don't catch it, and somebody will be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I'll be at work and I'm sitting there talking. People are like, "What the hell are you even saying?" And I have to catch myself like, man, that was dumb, was it? So, but this going back and forth on this, man, I don't mind that at all. I love it. But yeah, man, like there's SEC schools, man, they got the money. Florida is probably one of, if not the best SEC school that has the amount of money. Does Georgia? I would assume, but I know Tennessee. I mean, you can see Tennessee. Tennessee is definitely they got a big booster over there. Let's see. LSU, were not they in some serious financial trouble a while back? I don't think so. I mean, they're probably in some different trouble, I would imagine. It's LSU. Let's see. McClain could decommit next week. Nothing is set in stone right now. You're absolutely right. Shred. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. See, the whole thing reminds me of Perkins from LSU last year. That's Harold Perkins, linebacker that is at LSU right now. You are absolutely right. I was trying to think of the linebacker's name that happened. It was that switch and that flip or whatever you want to call it. Harold Perkins was coming to Florida. That was the Cristobal. That's what happened. And is this the time now where social media, you're always looking, you're like, okay, this is a lock. A lot of these players and recruits are just going to pull a Houdini act. They're just going to be like, psych. So, maybe it is. I don't know. Arkansas has Jerry Jones. If they have Jerry Jones, never mind. Yeah, they got money. They got money. If they really do have Jerry Jones backing them, yeah, that dude's got plenty of money. I was going to say like Walmart, like, I don't know. But if they have Jerry Jones, and I forgot about that, you're absolutely right. So, again, that's one of the things where I'm like, I'm glad somebody actually said in the comments. Let's see. Y'all remember Reuben Foster's commitment? Was committed to Auburn with a Auburn tattoo on his arm until signing day when he flipped and signed with Bama. Had to get his Auburn tattoo removed. I don't remember that. He played, what was it, linebacker, right? Or no, he was linebacker. I did not know that. Wow. And those are not, or I've heard, getting a tattoo removal is no fun, and it hurts. And you have to go multiple times to get it removed. Yes, money is the only reason why McClain went to his dream school. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was his dream school, but a lot of people, and what else is that's not why. But if NIL was not a thing, would he have still went to Miami? We'll never know. I guess actually we will know if he actually decommits and then goes somewhere else. Then we will know. But again, time will tell. So let's see. Miami was McClain's dream school since a kid. I've known a lot of people that they had their dream school and they didn't go to college there. Even though they were offered there. It happens all the time too. See, what hurt worse, Dalvin Cook or Cormani McClain? I would say this one. I mean, you're speaking in the now, of course, but man, how many, you can always have really good running backs. How many really good, potentially really good shutdown corners that you're going to find? Those are way hard to come by rather than running back. So I would give it to the Cormani McClain. Sucks worse than the Dalvin Cook. Because man, a corner is something you don't find. A shutdown corner, a good one. You don't find them every year. You don't find them all the time. So, Yeah, it sucks. Let's see. Personally, I'm happy with kids getting paid. Absolutely. Yeah. He wouldn't have gone to Miami without the money, but welcome to competition SEC. So, yeah, so here's another person saying that NIL was a reason. So, again, there's a lot of people that will say NIL wasn't. It was his dream school. People will say, even Miami fans will say that it was because of NIL. So, I mean, regardless, if he went there because it was dream school, if he went there because it was NIL, maybe he got NIL and it was his dream school. Maybe it worked out perfect for him. I mean, that could have happened as well. So, and what's wrong with that? I mean, I have no problem with them, with kids getting paid, with teenagers getting paid. I say kids, a lot of these guys are 18, so they're adults. So, these guys getting paid. So, I have no problem with it. I haven't had a problem with it ever since. If you watch my channel, it's going on over a year now, actually, that I've been doing videos. I've never had a problem with kids getting paid. I would like to know how much. I don't know. Maybe it'd be interesting to know that bottom dollar figure. And I bet you, if some of these guys went out and made it public, how much more money they could actually get from other schools. That would be interesting. I don't know. Play your hand. I mean, really, the recruits, man. I mean, it's a wild time for recruits. I mean, you can make more money that way. But again, do you want your school getting a guy because of the money? Someone said that earlier. Bucks 7, Ravens 3. Oh man, that game's on tonight. I forgot about that. Oh man, I have fantasy. I may have to cut the stream off because that is. And I was wondering why the followers went down. So I guess, maybe Tom Brady actually threw a touchdown pass tonight. Let's see. Parents have a lot to do with it as well. When Copeland signed with Florida over Alabama, his mom walked off stage. People joked about Bama not paying him enough money. Man, I remember that. So, Jacob Copeland from Escambia High School, same high school as Emmitt Smith, Florida Gator great, same high school as Trent Richardson. But man, his mom had the Alabama stuff and everything. Yeah, that was crazy. Now Jacob Copeland's at, I think, Maryland now. So let's see. Crazy part is he's getting paid 100 times more money than anyone in this chat. I would say, man, if he's getting what they said, it's going to be 100, way more than 100 times than me. Let's see. Anyone in this chat and could potentially get hurt and get paid for nothing. Look at Travis Hunter, who's missed pretty much all season. Yeah, he's been like hurt, hasn't he? I think he tried to suit up for one game and then he had to. I think he couldn't go. Let's see. I want Kyle Trask to start. Oh man, wouldn't that be awesome? Let's see. Just got smashed on recruiting trail and now about to get our brains beat in Saturday by Georgia. Respect my decision, but I'm decommitted until I have been given a reason to commit to this program. Saturday's going to be brutal. I'm not looking forward to it, but anything can happen on any Saturday, right? Right? See, players should get paid, but think about people who go to school for things more important than football. They don't get paid. That makes me wonder about players getting paid in college. And the reason why, it's kind of like the same reason why like women's sports don't get paid as much as men's sports is because of the money going into, collegiate football or collegiate basketball. So the Florida program, how much money keeps going in. So the more money that you put into like the gear, the sport, the memorabilia, I mean, everything. That's where that money's coming from. So the more money, the more viewership you get, the more money that could be funneled into that program. So now could it, spread that money out to other places? Probably. But that's really ultimately the reason. Let's see. I wish the Falcons would trade Kyle Pitts. Falcons won't include him in their offense. Kyle Pitts, man, I feel so bad for him. I felt bad whenever he had Matt Ryan, who I've already had my take on Matt Ryan. People did not like that, but he just got benched in Indianapolis. I always thought he was just a really good quarterback at the best. I never thought he was elite, and he had Kyle Pitts all last year, a monster tight end, and he couldn't even get him one touchdown. Matt Ryan for years had Julio Jones, could never figure out how to get him a touchdown, and he just got benched for Sam Ellinger. So just kind of for I think it was like 2 years I was getting 2 years ago I got ridiculed for saying that Matt Ryan's just not the guy for me. Oh, he's a future Hall of Famer. I don't think so, but a lot of people seem to do. Let's see. I think they shouldn't be able to tell them what they are going to get paid until they enroll in the program because this is effing up football. Let's see. Kyle Pitts has 178 yards through 7 games. Unacceptable. Dude, for a talent like that, they should just go ahead and trade him. And they'll probably still get good value from him because the potential's there. So it sucks. Let's see. Atlanta's head coach said, it's not my job to worry about Pitt stats. That's when you know you need to go ahead and fire that head coach, whoever that is. That's a dum-dum. What? You mean so offenses don't scheme for their best player. So Justin Jefferson for the Minnesota Vikings ain't getting specific plays for him because they're worried about, hey, let's get him the ball because that will make us win. You don't pay these or draft these guys in first round because what are you going to do with them? Just sit them on the bench? No, you get these guys because they help your football team win. Kyle Pitts would help your football team win if you give him more targets, you throw the ball to him more. It's definitely frustrating every time I watch because Atlanta's always on TV. See, Mario, since where did you get those big words like little brother lost to Duke and Middle Tennessee State? Yeah, that was. I ran into a Miami fan. They were talking about that. But hey, guys, I'm gonna go check out the NFL game. I'm gonna go see what Tom Brady's doing. Maybe he's doing a lot better today. He's not been playing very well either. So I'm gonna go check out some NFL. It's a loss today. You know, Florida's had a win this week, getting Roger Kearney. They took a loss today. Cormani, maybe we can get a win Saturday. I mean, one can hope. So let's see. Just want to say, jumping off to watch NFL, but like your style, man. I'll be back and subscribe like open-minded fans. Hey, appreciate it, Quentin Peterson. Hey, man, I'm probably going to do the same thing. I'm about to get out of here and watch the NFL game as well. So, good night, Pate. Let's see. Looks like this year and next year we'll add more holes in the wall next to my football TV setup. I'm sorry, man. And Muddy Waters, Leonard Taylor is still paying for it. Oh, so we're going to end it at that. Enjoy the NFL game. If y'all haven't tuned in, hey, Tampa Bay and the Baltimore Ravens should be a great game. And maybe the Tampa Bay offense will actually do something tonight. But, hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're a Florida fan, it'll be okay. There's still big recruits, I believe, ahead. And it's still not even National Signing Day yet. So, this sucks tonight, but it can always get better, especially in recruiting. And recruiting is such a headache right now. Recruiting is so cutthroat. So, hey, anything can happen until National Signing Day. None of these guys have signed their national letters of intent. So, there's still time to flip these guys. So, I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it stings tonight. But hey, it can always, it will, I think it will get better for the University of Florida. Right now, we're in the top 10 in recruiting. So, I will say, what is it? Aaron Rodgers said, RELAX, relax. I think we got it. I'm beginning to believe a little bit more in Billy Napier. Of course, didn't get Cormani, but hey, I believe in him. I got to. I'm going to believe. I'm going to have trust. So, hey, I appreciate y'all watching my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.